Hi, and welcome to another one of our episodes, Kiddy Talk. Today we went out and asked the kids who found the cross of Jesus Christ. So come with us and see what the kids had to say about that. Do you know who found the cross of Jesus Christ?
I think Peter.
Do you know who found the cross?
I don't know what's her name, but she's like the king's mother.
Yeah, what's her name?
Saint Helena.
Do you know who found the cross?
The one who found the cross is. That's hard question. It's some Abuna was going somewhere and then he found it.
Do you know who found the cross of Jesus Christ?
Queen Helen.
Okay. Very good. Can you tell me that story?
Queen Helen's husband, the king, died. So then their son took out his role like king. So then everybody hated Jesus then. So then they found the cross and then buried it under garbage. So then Queen Helen found out. So then they went and then they asked a person named Judas, and he said that they buried it under garbage. So then they went, but there was 3 crosses. So then they took a dead man's body and then they put it at each cross, and the middle one, the last one, and the dead man got healed and was alive again.
Very good.
So then they found it.
Do you know who found the cross of Jesus Christ?
No.
You guess?
Saint Joseph.
Do you know who found the cross of Jesus Christ?
John Baptist.
Okay. Do you know when he found it?
June.
Do you know who found the cross of Jesus Christ?
Mary. Saint Mary.
Do you know when she found it?
On when Jesus was in the tomb and he folded his clothes.
Those were some pretty great answers that the kids gave. Now, the person who found the cross of Jesus Christ is Queen Helen, the mother of King Constantine. Queen Helen loved God very, very much, and she went to search for Jesus's cross. And when she went to Jerusalem, and she asked and asked and asked many people, but no one knew where Jesus' cross was, except one very old man. His name was Judas. Now they went, and she asked the man, "Where is Jesus' cross buried?" And the guy just wouldn't tell her because he was scared. And so she kept asking and kept asking, when finally she found out what really had happened. Back in the day, after Jesus was crucified and was buried and resurrected from the dead, the cross was still in Jerusalem, and many signs and miracles and wonders kept happening because of the cross. It was healing many people, and a lot of great things were happening. And so the Jewish people got very jealous, and they decided to encourage everyone to put their garbage on top of the cross. So everyone every day would take their garbage and they would throw it on top of the cross until a huge, huge mountain of garbage covered the cross of Jesus Christ. So what happened was, this man Judas, He remembered exactly where the cross was, and he told Queen Helen that the cross of Jesus Christ is underneath the pile of garbage. So Queen Helen took many people, and they kept digging and digging and digging until finally they were able to find the cross of Jesus Christ. Now, once they found it, there was actually 3 crosses that were sitting there. And by chance, there was a funeral that was passing by. So to find out which one belonged to Jesus, they took the body of the dead person and they placed it on the first cross, but nothing happened. Then they placed it on the second cross, and again, nothing happened. And then finally, they took it and they placed it on the third cross, and the man rose from the dead. And that's how they knew that this one was the cross of Jesus Christ. And so, everyone celebrated that, and Queen Helen actually built a church over there. She built a church and called it the Church of the Resurrection. And there she put a piece of the cross of Jesus Christ. And so, on that day, which is September 27th through the 29th, we celebrate for 3 days the fact that Queen Helen found the cross of Jesus Christ. And the cross was actually taken into 3 different places. A piece of it went to King Constantine, who is Queen Helen's son, and she also took a piece of it to Rome, and a piece of it was kept in Jerusalem, where the Church of the Resurrection is today. Ask the kids, how many times do we celebrate the Feast of the Cross every year, and when is the Feast of the Cross? So come with us and see what the kids had to say about that. Do you know how many times a year we celebrate the Feast of the Cross?
Can you take it from here? I think 1 year or 2. I think 1 year or 2.
How many times a year do we celebrate the Feast of the Cross?
3, I think.
Do you know when we celebrate that?
No, I don't know it.
Do you know how many times a year we celebrate the Feast of the Cross?
Twice.
Okay, when is that?
In the beginning of the year, like in January or in like March, and at the end, like in December or November.
Do you know how many times a year we celebrate the Feast of the Cross?
50 days.
Okay. Do you know when we celebrate the Feast of the Cross? Do you know how many times a year we celebrate the Feast of the Cross?
Twice.
And when is that?
Once in November and once in March.
How many times a year do we celebrate the Feast of the Cross? Do you know how many times a year we celebrate the Feast of the Cross?
Once.
And when is that?
No. April. August.
So those were some pretty great answers that the kids gave out today. Now, some of them got it right. And yes, we do celebrate the Feast of the Cross twice every year. Now, the first time we celebrate it is on March 19th, and the second time is September 27th through the 29th. So it's actually a 3-day celebration for the Feast of the Cross. On September 27th through the 29th, we celebrate the day that Queen Helen, who is the mother of King Constantine, went and found the cross of Jesus Christ. Today, I want to share with you the story about the Feast of the Cross that we celebrate on March 19th. On March 19th, what happened is actually a very strange story. Now, there was a prince of Persia who was going through Jerusalem after a war, and he walked into the Church of the Resurrection. And when he went in there, he saw a piece of the cross that was kept away in a box. And he tried to stick his hand in there and grab the cross, but his hands burned him, and he didn't understand why that happened. And when he asked the Christian people why this had happened, they told him because only a Christian could touch the cross of Jesus Christ. And so he tricked the guards that were actually guarding the cross of Jesus Christ, and he tricked them and gave them a lot of money and told them to carry the cross with them and with him, and to go to Persia with him back to his country. So the guards actually did that, and they went all the way to his country with him. And he dug a hole and he hid the cross. And he actually killed those two guards that were with him after that event. Now, when King Heraclius found out this news, who was actually a Christian king from Constantinople, he went over and he fought very many people, and he fought and fought until he won the war against the Persian people, and he went to take the cross back, the cross of Jesus Christ back. But he couldn't find it anywhere. Now, because of God's blessings, he had actually allowed one person, one girl, to see what had happened. And this girl told Heraclius where they had buried the cross of Jesus. So Heraclius went on March 19th, and he took the priests and the bishops and everyone with him, and they dug up the cross, and they carried back, and they put it in a very safe place in Constantinople. So that's why we celebrate the Feast of the Cross twice. Once on March 19th, which is when they found the cross of Jesus again after it was stolen away, and another time in September 27th through the 29th, a 3-day feast for the day when Queen Helen, the mother of King Constantine, found the cross of Jesus Christ. Thanks for joining us on this episode of Kitty Talk, and until next time, we'll see you again. Have a great day.